morning, good morning, good morning. Get these steps in. Get these steps in. You know, first off, let's start off by thanking God for another day of life, for another day of strength. Thank God for birds singing, the birds chirping, the ducks bathing. Thank God for the ups, the downs, the highs, the lows, the hills, the valleys, the mountains we gotta climb, pitfalls, through it all, ups to downs. Thank God for it all. Thank God for grace. Thank God for mercy. Thank God for life. Thank God for another opportunity to come on here and say, hey Lord, I thank you. So, with that being said, happy Monday. Happy Monday. Off today. Off today. And you know, I figured since I've been off, when I was when I was when I was when I was out going to work Monday through Friday, I would come live every morning. I've been slipping. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. Those that tuned in. So, some people may not tuned in, but for those that tuned in, and I look forward to those live. I'm sorry. I'm trying to get back to it, but life be life, like people say. That's a new term people come up with. But life be life, and not really, not, and I don't even want to say that because it's not true. Because people find time to do things they want to do. So, including me. So I just have to make time in the morning. It might be earlier. It might be earlier. It might be later. But in the morning to do my lives Monday through Friday like I used to do. So we're gonna start doing that. We're gonna start doing that. Today is the first day. Today is Monday. So we're gonna start. Hey, welcome to the live. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Chime in. You can hear me. Can you all hear me? If you hear me, somebody put a thumbs up. If you can hear me, that way I'm not doing this in vain. If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Give me a thumbs up, or like or something, saying you hear me. I appreciate that, please. Somebody, somebody, with the courage, with the guts. No. Hey, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can y'all hear me? Yes, yes, no. Can you hear me? Habla español. Habla inglés. Can y'all hear me? Nah, come on now. Yeah, you mean to tell me you got people in the chat, one person in the chat, and nobody can say they can hear me or not. Y'all something else, boy. Y'all something else. I love y'all, but through it all, Nigeria, okay. But can you hear me? Yes or no? It's a simple question. You from Nigeria, I understand that, but can you hear me? Yes, yes, maybe. No. Yes. No. No. Y'all can't hear me. Y'all can't hear me? No. Wowzers. Unbelievable. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. God bless your spirit. God bless your soul. But yeah, so I was saying, God bless you. I appreciate you more than you know. But yeah, like I was saying, you know, I lost some train of thought, but for a second. But anyway, we're gonna press on. Get your steps in, get your day to walk in. And I was talking about, work, and I was talking about, coming online and stuff like that. But one thing about I was talking about transit too. I work in transit. For those that don't know, you just tuned to me out for the first time. I hold a CDL license, and when you walk, you're supposed to get 150 steps, 150 minutes a week. And but when you're walking, I noticed people walk. A lot of people walk, but when you're walking, brisk walk. Don't walk like, hey family, hi, it's a nice day outside, the sun is shining, and like this. You know what I'm saying? Brisk walk. Brisk walk is when they say brisk walk, they mean like put some pep in your step, move, sweat, move, brisk walk. It's a beautiful day though. Look at that sun, man. People say Florida's bad, but Florida's expensive. It's pricey, but at the same time, you get what you pay for. But I get the prices. I used to be in real estate years back, far back. I used to be in real estate, and I was in real estate. And it ain't boasting or bragging or talking trash. The truth is the truth, and lies a lie. So I used to do real estate when real estate wasn't popular. People weren't really doing it. Wholesale buying, all that stuff. That's what I was doing back in the day. And people weren't doing it back then. Now you see signs everywhere. When I had signs, that's the funny thing too. When I had my signs on my truck, people say, "Oh, you buying houses now?" Now you see signs that would say, "I buy houses, we buy houses." Back in the day, I had my car. They laughed at me, told me I was crazy. "Oh, you gonna buy a house? What kind of houses you gonna buy?" See, that's important. The important thing for that, take notes for that. From that is the fact that if you have something you're doing, a goal or a dream, people may laugh, people may call you crazy, but hold on to that dream, hold on to that thought, and go for it. Even if you fail, people say, "Oh well, yeah, what happens to your dream? You still try. At least you try. At least you try." And that's no such thing as failure. No such thing as failure. No such thing as failure. It's a lesson, a life lesson. And continue to press on. Continue to move forward. Learn from it. Grow from it. And go on with what you're gonna go on with. So, brisk walk. This is what we call brisk walking. With a pace, prepping your stuff. Happy Monday, folks. Happy Monday. I call it making money Monday. I used to call that back in the day. Making money Monday. But whether you're going to your job, whether you're going to school, whether you're going to work, don't let, I'm gonna say this loud and clear so you can hear me loud. Don't let situations, circumstances dictate how your day goes. Let me say that one more time for the people in the back. If you're at an event and you got the cheap seats, but sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. So don't let, so I'm gonna say it again, don't let people, circumstances, situations dictate how your day goes. You dictate that. You determine that. You know why? Because when you put your feet down on the ground, when your feet touch, when you got up out your bed, your feet to the ground, you already made a decision whether your day was gonna be good or bad. But how you smile? Hey, welcome to. Good morning. Hey, how you doing? Good morning. How you doing? Good. Well, yeah, you dictate how your day's gonna go. Nobody else. Nobody else determine how your day's gonna go. You decide that. Let me see. Do I know speed? Speed. I used to be kind of fast. I'm old now. I used to be speed. They used to call me speed. I used to be speed. I used to be fast. Now I'm kind of old now. Can't run like I used to run. But I used to be speed. I ain't gonna say I was Deion speed, Deion Sanders speed, but I was like a 4.5. I ran a 4.5 in the 40. That ain't fast, but that's fast. I was faster to get on the track team. I was trying to get on the track team, so trying to play football, trying to play baseball, and they told me. Anyway, long time ago, but I was fast. I was fast. I was good. I was an athlete. Now I'm just an old man. Funny. But yeah, but no, it's true. It's funny. It's true. I am old, but I ain't old what I can't do. I thank God for that. And I'm still an athlete through and through. But yeah, anyway, but yeah, I do know speed. I am speed. So anyway, what else I was saying? Like, you know, get your brisk walking in. Get your brisk walking in. I don't know why you asked me about no speed, but that was kind of funny. But brisk walk. When you brisk walk, you know, walk at a pace, walk at a movement, and you know, walk like you're going somewhere. If you're truly trying to exercise, if you're just doing something just to do it, if you're just doing something, because sometimes people just do it because they want to post pictures. They want to post pictures. They want to talk to their friends. Say they went walking. They want to put on their pants and their shorts, and you know, say, oh, I did this and I did that today, but you didn't do nothing. You didn't do anything. If you ain't brisk walk and you ain't sweat, well, I ain't sweating. But if you're not brisk walking, then you know you have to. My point, what I'm saying is, you have to walk with a pace. That's pretty much my point. So that's all I got. That's all I got to say. Anyway, so I was talking about Monday, talking about working and stuff like that. You know, working and go to work on this fine Monday, and I hope I watched some of the replay. Check out I'm gonna say this again. Check out Hope Church of Christ here on YouTube, on Facebook. The minister there is Minister Alvin Daniels. I work on Sundays, and like I said yesterday, that sometimes when you ask for something and you lie, I shouldn't have lied. Probably got the job, but I shouldn't have lied. I should have told them no, I can't work on Sundays. I should have said that. No, I can't work on Sundays. Sundays is my day. Well, I serve God on Sundays. But in our actuality, we should serve God on Saturday, not Sunday. But anyway, we should serve God on Saturday, not Sunday. I serve God every day. Let me change that too. Serve God every day. Worship God every day. But you know, the world has it set up where we attend church. We attend church on Sundays, but you know, let's go to a building, to attend, and I'm realizing that too. You can help people. You can help people and be a blessing to people without going to a service. Let me say that again for people in the back. For the people way back, the people didn't hear me. People in the cheap seats again. You know, you can help people and be a blessing to people without attending the service. And I'm realizing that you can help people and be a blessing to people without attending the service. And sometimes people attend the service. Guns tip. Sometimes people attend the service without getting the service in them. Sometimes people attend service and the service don't go in them. Do you know God? Do they know God when you go to the service and you get all this good preaching, all this good teaching, all this good word, Romans, Acts, Corinthians, Revelations. I didn't go through the books of the Bible, but you get all this good word in your system, in your spirit, and you feel good, but you still don't know God. You get all this good word in you, All this filled in your spirit. You see, you filled with the Holy Ghost, but you don't know God. You don't want to be like God. Some of us. I want to be like God. I'm trying. But my point is, I'm a filthy rag. I'm dirty. Like, see that dirt right there? I'm dirtier than that. I'm dirtier than that. I'm a filthy rag. But my point is, a big red coming out, nasty big red. But yeah, my point is, uh, you know, going to a service and not going to service, it's kind of similar. But if you're going to a service, if you're gonna go to a service and get all this good word in you, then question is, for both, whether you go or not, is do you know God, and do you want to be like God? Are you showing that you a God's child, a child of God? And when you in the physical sense, when you talk about spiritual, but in the physical sense, when people see you, and people around your area, wherever you at, they see you, they say, oh, they ain't like your mama, and they ain't like your daddy, and then you act like your daddy, then you act like your mama, or you got some ways like your grandmama, ways like your mama, whatever, ways like your daddy, whatever, however the case may go, right? People say that. And so, but when you're a child of God, can people say that? When people say, dang, you go to church, you act like that. Dang, you go to church, you treat people like that. And my issue is, and I always say, I say that, I said it before, and I still feel like that now, even though I have grace, I have mercy, and I can't judge people, but I still feel the same way. Like, I don't understand how people can attend and go to worship and still treat their fellow man a certain way. I still feel the same way. We have to have some compassion, and I'm gonna share a situation with me, right? Situation with you all, right? I work in transit. Like I said, I did some over the road, I did some local, everything else. I got a CDL license, Class C license, and I did some everything, right? And so we had an issue. Not we. I don't even say we, but some drivers had an issue with a lady, and nobody wanted to pick her up. And so I'll show y'all that real quick. It's why I'm close to. But you know what? This is a little plaza right here. Let's see. But anyway, but yeah, some people had an issue with picking this lady up, and a driver came to me. He said, like when I started my shift, he came to me and he said, this lady's here, don't pick her up, this and that, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, okay, yeah. I said, thanks for telling me, right? Thanks for telling me. I appreciate you telling me that. Don't pick her up. And so, because she has, certain laws and rules and regulations the company has, but the lady wasn't breaking no laws, she was breaking no rules. It's just the fact that she had gotten a name for herself, and that people didn't want to pick her up. And so, sure enough, when I started my route, I saw her, and guess what? I picked her up. And she was a headache. But I picked her up. You know why I picked her up? Because she's God's child. Regardless of what, she's God's child. And we all are God's children. No matter how we look, no matter where we live, No matter what ditch we crawled out from under, no matter if we're sleeping in the streets, no matter if we look a certain way, no matter if we got sores on our body, no matter if they look disgusting. One of the things this guy said on the radio is, oh, they look disgusting. It looks disgusting. Somebody saw it, and somebody saw her, they'll run away. They'll feel like it's disgusting. I heard that on the radio the day before. And so I felt like, well, I don't feel like I know that it's a meaning behind it, it's a purpose behind it, because that's God's child. That's God's child. So I picked her up. She was a headache. I took her where she had to go. and then on the way back, coming back, I picked her up again. She said, I don't need your bus. And then I knew. Sometimes, you know, you never know who you come in contact with. You never know who you come in contact with. You treat people a certain way, and that could be one of God's children, one of God's angels He sent to you for a reason to test you. Sometimes things are a test for us. It's not for it's not for us to find out who we are. And you know who you are. You know who you are by how you treat your fellow man. You know who you are, how you share love to outside, not your family. It's easy to love your family, your kids, your cousins, whoever. It's easy to love your family, but it's harder to give grace and mercy to people that are not ready to you. So when you do that, you have compassion and want to help someone that's not your family member, then you know who you are. Because it's easy to say who you are when you have your family members or your friends, people that are close to you that you know. But people that you don't know, you see them in the streets, they struggling, or they need some help, need some grace, need some mercy, and you give them a hard time. That's the problem. The problem ain't them. The problem is you. The problem is us. Us. Do you love your fellow man? Do you love your fellow man? Are you willing to give your fellow man grace and mercy? Are you? And you can like it, you can dislike it. I really don't care. You can like it. I'm speaking from experience. I'm speaking from life. I'm speaking from where I've been and where I'm going. What I've been through and where I'm going. And in order to be a true, if you believe in God, if you say you're a child of God, a Christian, whatever you want to call yourself, a Muslim, whatever. If you're a child of God, what's going on, man? Good morning. How you doing? If you believe in God and truly believe in God, then it'll reflect on how you treat your fellow man. That's all I'm gonna say. And so, another thing too. I was in Walmart yesterday. Last night, rather. I was in Walmart, right? And a couple months ago, I worked for Labor Finders. Labor Finders is a company that I shared this up before, but I'm gonna share it again because it's relevant to what I'm saying. But I worked for Labor Finders, and they weren't really it wasn't busy, because Labor Finders, you work one day. I mean, you go early in the morning, and they find work for you, right? I still go this morning. I didn't get up early enough, but maybe tomorrow, maybe I will be at one. But either way, I could get there. But yeah, you get up early, and you go to work, and they pay you the same day. It's like day labor. And so it got slow, like during the holidays, like October, November, December, it got real slow. So anyway, I was working with a guy. And he would make a list. If we couldn't go out, he would say, hey, Guns Tip, I tried. Or Robert, my name is Robert. He'd say, hey, Robert, I tried. And, make a list. He'd go in the store and get what he want to get. He'll steal it. And so last night, I saw him. I saw him in there, and he said he's getting a little better, but he still had his list. And so I say, I noticed when I was in there, I noticed that people not watching me, they're watching him too. And so I noticed, I got what I wanted to get, and got what I was gonna get, and I talked to him. I told him that it's possible. I told him I was working there. They said, "Where you work at?" And I told him I was working there. And I told him it's possible. God is good. It's possible. Have hope. Keep trying. Don't give up. And so I went, paid for my stuff, and I said, "You know what? They're still watching him." So I went in my pocket and put some money in his pocket. I said, "Don't steal that stuff." Ran through the register and paid for it. I gave him $50 to pay for what he had to pay for, and I went about my day. But the point is, you never know how your life can impact someone else. Not only that, you never know how your situation, your circumstances, your mat can be a blessing to someone else. So, my mat is it's heavy. It's heavy, but I'm still willing to share it for those that want to listen. Those that willing to take it in. Life isn't easy. Life has its hurdles. We all going through something. Everybody's going through something. And like I always say that if you threw your hand down, if you threw all your problems, your life problems, if you threw them all down on the ground, say I don't want them no more. Somebody pick them up and run with them. But somebody has it worse than you. So you crying good morning. You crying and sobbing about what you're going through. Somebody wish they had that. So I wish they had what you have. Because what you have is a blessing to someone else. What you have is a blessing to someone else. And you crying about it. Teary-eyed about it. Oh, woe is me. God, why are you doing this to me? Well, somebody got worse than you. Somebody has it worse than you, so be grateful for what the hand God gave you and play it. Be grateful for what the hand God gave you and play it. When you play it to win. When you play it to win. One of my favorite games is Hold'em. I ain't never play Hold'em to lose. And matter of fact, I'm wearing my dad's hat. This is my dad's hat, not mine. I was in the military, for those might be wondering. But one of the songs he would sing all the time is Kenny Rogers. It's know when to hold, know when to fold 'em. Know when to walk away, know when to run. But yeah. Know when to hold, know when to fold 'em. Know when to walk away, know when to run. So play your hand. Play your hand. And play it to win. And we all can have pity parties. You want to have a pity party, then say wallow in your pity. I used to do this sometimes and say, you gonna sit? You gonna sit and have a pity party? That's what the exes say. You gonna have a pity party? You gonna sit and have a pity party? And I didn't think about it then, but now I look at it like, damn, you were like, they were right. Like you gonna sit around? I'm gonna sit around. And everybody got troubles. Everybody got things they're going through. But you're gonna sit around and worry about it and fret on it and cry and complain. And and I ain't saying that, take your suffering and whatever you're going through and use it for motivation to get you where you want to go, because somebody has it worse than you. And whatever you're going through, it's always a light at the end of the tunnel. There's always light at the end of the tunnel. And dark days come when it get here in South Florida. The sky can see how beautiful the sky is right now. You look at the sky. See how beautiful the sky is right now. See how beautiful it is right now. It can get completely dark. And it start to rain. start to rain, but sooner or later it's gonna shine. The sun's gonna shine. So stop, embrace, embrace, embrace whatever struggles, whatever opportunities come your way, and know that things will change. Things will look up, and don't fret. Don't fret. So happy Monday to you all. Have a blessed Monday. Have a safe Monday. Have a prosperous Monday, and drive safe. Everybody driving. Don't follow. I said this. Don't follow too close. Don't follow too close. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? Don't follow too close. Don't text and drive. Don't talk to people on the phone. Don't stay behind tractor trailers, buses, box trucks. And if you see them, go around them, and don't drive on the highway next to them, and don't cut them off in traffic. Because, like I say, you may try to get you your little money, and you may get some, but you may not be able to spend it. If you're gonna spend it, you may spend it in a wheelchair or dead. Your family may spend it. Hope you got a beneficiary. So because I said it yesterday, I'm saying it again. When I first got my CDL license, and we were talking to one of the terminal leaders came to us, and he said, if you're on the highway and somebody cuts you, if somebody cuts you off on the highway, he said, run them over. This company got big money. They got lawyers. He said, run them over. Don't risk nobody else's life behind some fool that cut you off. Run them over. So I said that to say that, you may try to cut them off, or you may be in a hurry. Don't be too much in a hurry, because if you got up late, then you're already late. So don't risk your life or risk anyone else's life behind you trying to cut people off or swerve in and out of traffic, speeding, getting to where you got to go. Because the job is easy. They don't easily replace you. They don't love you. You may think they love you, and they say they may like you a lot, but when you're gone, they may give you a couple dollars, give your family a couple dollars, help bury you or whatever, but give you your insurance money if you got some. Or may have to have a fish fry. A lot of people have fish fries nowadays, so they don't have no insurance. So and that ain't, I ain't saying nothing. I'm not saying that to say that, but I'm saying it's the truth. Like, one thing we got to do too is make sure that we have our things in order, so we don't have to do stuff like that, have fish fries, stuff like that, because you're making all this money. I'm speaking about my dope boys, my dope partners that sell dope, and I ain't saying that because I just sell it too. But if you're gonna sell it, make sure you have things in order, so something happen to you, you go to jail, or you got commissary, or not a commissary, but somebody kill you, they can bury you too. Get some life insurance on yourself. Make sure it's a nice little policy, because you're in the streets. Make sure you got it. So anyway, that's a little side note. I didn't want to go there, but I went there. But yeah, don't cut people off. That was my message. So anyway, happy Monday. Have a safe, have a blessed Monday, and know that get your steps in. See, I got mine in. How long I've been walking? I've been walking 30 minutes. So 34 minutes. But get your steps in, get your walk in, your brisk walking. And I slowed down for a second. I was brisk walking for a minute. I started out strong, but it's never how you start. It's never how you start. It's how you finish. I can't run too long. Never how you start, it's how you finish. But I'm gonna start brisk walking again. I'm gonna get off of here though. But be safe, be blessed, and like I always say, tell somebody you love them, because you never know when you're gonna go. You never know when they're gonna go. Also, kiss the ones you love, because you never know you kiss them again. Also, a kind word. I ain't talking about people in your family. You know, we love our family. We all love our family. We love our friends. But I ain't talking about them. I'm talking about somebody you don't know. I'm talking about somebody you know. Be kind. Be some kind of somebody you don't know. Outside of your circle. Be some kind, a kind word. And I ain't talking about financial either. You say, oh, I ain't got no money. This and that. You know, I hear that sometimes. But it ain't talking about money. I ain't talking about monetary stuff. I'm talking about a word. A word. You know, a kind word. You know, how you doing? Hey, are you okay? And that's the most important thing. Are you okay? Are you okay? Do you need anything? Can I help you in any way? Maybe a soda, maybe a water, maybe a juice, maybe a punch, whatever, maybe a sandwich, whatever the case may be. Maybe a beer. I drink beer too. So, man, whatever. If I can help you in any way, let me help you. Be a blessing. Add some value, add some encouragement to someone else. And you'd be surprised how that kind of word can just change somebody's life. I'm testimony to that. You know why? Because testimony, kind word can just change my life. It's my whole thought process. I was in a time, in a space, where I thought that God didn't love me, and that's trick of the devil. And I ain't gotta say that, because they're negative energy. And you wanna keep demons, because demons exist, angels exist. You wanna keep demons away from you. And demons don't necessarily come in the spirit of strangers. They come in the spirit of the image of family, through family, to derail where you're going. And keep away from demons. Stay away from demons. Don't let demons hinder your growth, hinder where you're going, hinder your belief. Know that what you're doing and who you are, God's child. And knowing that you're God's child, it's like having a lottery ticket, walk around with it every day. And I ain't talking about, well, I say lottery, but I don't want to say lottery. I don't want to make it financial. But having something great in your pocket and knowing you got it, and walking around with it. Can't nothing touch you. This world is beneath you. The people are beneath you. I ain't gonna say people, but yeah, people are beneath you. Situations are beneath you. When you're God's child, and you know you're God's child, this little stuff, I almost said shit, but I said shit now. This shit on this earth, this planet, don't mean nothing. It's nothing. Because what profits to gain the world and lose the soul? And we all won't. And the only reason why most of us won't, well, me personally, is to see my people do better. It ain't about me. I can care less. The only reason why I care and do certain things is because my people. I want to see my people do better, not me. Because I ain't gonna be here forever. Once I'm going, they can do what they want to do with it. Set it on fire, whatever. And that's what most people feel like that. Most people feel like, whatever. My point is, you know, this doesn't last forever. So, get your spirit right, get your soul right, whether you believe, search God for yourself, and don't look at pastors, because pastors are human too. They're men, they're women, they're human. So don't look at their lives. Search your own life. And look at your flaws and your character and what you're doing for yourself and how you treat other people. That's the most important thing I can say. How you treat other people. How you see others, regardless of where they at, what situation they in, whether they homeless, whether they in the streets, whether they on drugs. And I heard a profound story that I'm gonna share with y'all last year. That I'm getting kind of tired now. I'm walking for a minute, but you know, it resonated with me, and it made me appreciate my family. Is the fact that you know, a guy, he was on drugs real bad, and you know, said this lady kept coming to bring him to church, knock on his door and wouldn't leave to a point where, and I said there's a testimony last week. It's kind of not similar, but kind of the same. A friend telling a friend about God. So share God's blessings with other people, and not only share them, but let your light reflect who you are, who you're a child of, so people can see it. People can't see it if you're in a dark place too. If you sad too, you don't. I know if people see you and don't know you're a child of God by the way you move, the way you act, your faith, your belief, and it ain't gotta be financial. It ain't gotta, people think in order for God to bless you, you gotta be financial. No, that's a lie. That's something the world tell you. In order to be blessed, you gotta be financially blessed. No, of course we want to, but the blessing is your soul and your spirit, and how you treat others. So if you don't have that, then where are you going? Where are you going? So anyhow, y'all be safe, y'all be blessed, and I'm gonna continue to walk. I'm gonna continue to walk on. You have a prosperous and blessed day. Have a great day on purpose. And know that regardless of where you're at, circumstances you're in, the storms may come. The rain may come. But as you see right now, the sun is shining, the birds are chirping, and it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. So with that being said, walked. How long we walked? Walked almost 42 minutes. So with that being said, y'all be safe. Y'all be blessed. Have a prosperous and blessed Monday. I'll see you tomorrow. Testimony Tuesdays tomorrow, and we're gonna share the goodness of God, because I know personally that God's been good to me. But if God has been good to you, you can email me at testimonytuesdays@gmail.com. That's testimonytuesdays@gmail.com, and we're gonna share. And you can also you can go down, you can go to my lives, and check out all the testimonies that we did for the past couple of weeks. Check them out, watch them, and if you want to share yours, email me at testimonytuesdays@gmail.com. That's testimonytuesdays@gmail.com, and we'll see you. So with that being said, y'all be safe, y'all be blessed. I encourage you to be encouraged, to walk by faith, and not by sight. To walk by faith and not by sight. Let me say it again. People in the way in the back in the cheap seats, in the bleach seats, where you can't really see. We walk by faith. And not by sight. So continue to walk. And know that in your woodpecker, with a woodpecker. With a woodpecker. But yeah, we walk by faith, not by sight. So, I used to love, that's a cartoon I used to love. But anyway, walk by faith, not by sight. So no matter what you see, you may see how it is. You may wonder how it is. But continue to walk. And know that regardless of where you're at, God's blessings are coming. God's grace and mercy is for everyone. And just continue to grow, continue to prosper, and continue to believe, and have faith. Be encouraged. Happy Monday, folks. Be blessed. I'll see you next video, maybe later on the day, because I'm off. Maybe I come back later on the day, maybe I won't. But either way, we will see you tomorrow regardless. So with that being said, y'all be safe, be blessed. I'll see you in the next video. I'm out. Peace, blessings, love. And don't let situations, circumstances, people dictate how your day is gonna go. Because when you decide it's gonna go great, it will. Be blessed. I'm out. Peace.